Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Topher Drives, where this week I've been daily driving this 2025 Porsche 911 GTS, the 992.2. The 992 has finally been facelifted, and actually, it's kind of wild to think about because in my mind, the 992 just came out, but I suppose it's been a few years at this point, and it was time for a few changes. That's not really the biggest news here. The biggest news is that this GTS model is the first ever production hybrid 911. And while that may not seem like a big deal, this is one of those cars I thought I would never see a hybrid badge on. And well, there's actually two of them. There's one on each door. And we're going to talk about what this hybrid system is like. But first, I want to talk to you about what we're doing today. So we're kind of going to show you what it's like to live with this new hybridized Porsche 911. It is currently Detroit Grand Prix weekend, and Emily and I are headed down to Detroit to go partake in Grand Prix fun. So we're actually going to hang out with Honda. We're going to be in their suite. We're going to be in the pits. We'll show you what all that is like later on in the video if you want to stick around till the end. But I thought it would be fun to do a bit of a day in the life video with this new 992.2. Okay, let's talk about what all is new with this. We'll talk about the spec, and then we'll go get out on the road and show you what it's like to drive. So what's up with this hybrid setup? Well, we've actually gained displacement. So this is now a 3.6 liter Flat-6 hybrid. And the way this hybrid system works is in no way eco. Don't think of this as an eco hybrid. Think of this as a performance hybrid, kind of Formula One tech. So in between the 8-speed PDK and the 3.6 liter Flat-6 is a 54 horsepower electric motor, kind of like what you'd think of as a mild hybrid, but a little bit zestier. And then there's more. There's an electric motor in the turbo. So we no longer have a twin turbo setup. We now have a big, massive single turbo with an electric motor to prevent lag. So it's kind of like a dueling hybrid setup, which sounds like it might be kind of complex and add a lot of weight, but this is Porsche. Remember, they're very, very good with weight savings, which means this entire hybrid system only adds about 60 pounds, making the total curb weight about 3,600 pounds of this entire 911. Power output rises up from the previous GTS. We now have 532 horsepower and 449 pound-feet of torque. As I briefly mentioned, we have an 8-speed PDK. This one is rear-wheel drive. You are able to get a 911 GTS 4. You can get this in all-wheel drive, but that would just add weight. So it is actually pretty cool to be driving this simplified version. I figured as a presser, they'd probably put journalists in the four-wheel drive one so they don't crash it, but this is going to be fun today. And with this being a .2, that's Porsche's way of saying it's been facelifted, we have different bumpers and slight tweaks to the exterior, but overall this does still look unapologetically 992, 911. The biggest changes are actually inside, and both of them are changes that I don't like very much, but we'll save those for when we actually get in. The biggest change on the outside is this front bumper with these adjustable little aero flaps out front, which I actually don't know if they're electronic. I don't know if they close and open, if they're shutters, but every time I see the car outside of it, it looks like this. I don't mind them too much. I think a lot of this black plastic around the bottom looks a little bit cheap, but knowing Porsche, you can probably change that material to make it carbon fiber or gloss black or something. I was playing around on the configurator last night, and I do believe I remember seeing that option. We have these excellent looking center lock wheels. These are actually the standard wheel on this car, but this one has been spec'd to have them in satin black. We have a Goodyear Eagle F1 tire, and these are of course a staggered setup, 245 35 ZR20 on the front, and on the back this is a thick boy back here. This is a 315 30 ZR21, so pretty massive tires. You can see you have the little shoe with wings on it. This is a track tire, very sticky, and they get the job done. They should help us have some pretty good grip today on the test loop. As far as 911s go, this is a pretty modest spec. The new T-Hybrid GTS starts at around 165 grand. This one as spec'd is only 183,000. So only about, what, $18,000 in options? That's nothing for a 911. A couple of big options on this car, front end lift, and then we have the premium pack, which adds 5 grand. That gets you the Bose sound system and a couple other odds and ends. As always, we'll put the spec down in the description for you guys so you can see what all that is about. This is finished in shade green, which is the same color that was on the Dakar press car that we had just about a year ago. Let's quickly poke around this. We'll open the frunk and the hood. When I say hood, Porsche doesn't let you see anything anymore. It's just this little piece of plastic here that opens up, and you can see 2 fans and a place to add oil and coolant, and that's it. You can't see anything else. They say, take this thing to the dealer and we'll take care of you. Obviously, this rear bumper is different as well. We have these 2 central exhaust cutouts, which are fake. You've got the real pipes behind them, which you can see, but the actual tips, if you stand up, the actual tips that you see here are just molded into the bumper, which I think is a little bit cheap. I mean, for $183,000, give me some real pipes sticking out of the back. Always so much to cover with Porsches. I feel like I just talk a mile a minute in these videos. Okay, up front we have our typical, quite usable frunk. I mean, this is going to be the same size pretty much no matter if you get a 911, a Cayman, a Boxster. They all have very nice, usable front trunk spaces, and I personally own a Cayman S. I dailied it up at college years ago at this point, but it was very nice for going to the grocery store, carrying my backpack, all my books and things. It had no problem with that. All right, let's go ahead and shut this. Shutting a Porsche frunk is just so satisfying. Nice little click there. All right, I think that's probably good for a walk around. Let's go ahead and jump in this thing and we'll get it out on the road. This interior has the 18-way sport seats. Of course, sport seats are standard, but these ones have slightly more adjustment. These are finished in limestone beige with a black trimming and some gray stitching. I mean, the actual seats themselves do look quite high quality. These have the hard backs, of course, because they are sport seats, and we have no back seat as standard in this GTS. You are able to add one as a no-cost option, but I think it's kind of cool. This is a 2-seater, and you've got all this room back here, even on top of the engine, all the way to the back glass. Tons of space to put stuff. So if you are living with this car, if you're hauling things around, I mean, you have to put stuff in this way. There's no way to open this back glass and put stuff in from the back. The area behind the seats is not intended for passengers. Never allow anyone to sit in this area. Severe personal injury or death can result in the event of an accident, and there's a QR code. Anyway, okay, let's actually sit up front and we'll get this thing started up. Actually, it's going to ignition on automatically. A couple of things you'll notice right off the bat that are new on this car. For one, we now have a fully digital cockpit, as Porsche calls it, so a fully digital gauge cluster. We don't have that one little bit of analog gauge that we had in the 992.1. Also, we don't have the little twisty thing anymore on the left-hand side ignition. We now just have a start-stop button like a Cayenne. I mean, how boring is that? One of my favorite things about driving 911s all the way up until the 992.1 generation was having the little Porsche entry and drive little twist key on the left-hand side. But they've killed that for the .2. We now just have the button, but this thing comes to life with fury. Of course, you don't hear a starter motor because we have that electric motor in between the engine and transmission. Just has the car begin, kind of like my 2004 Honda Civic Hybrid. Same sort of thing. We have wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. This infotainment system works just fine. I mean, it's pretty much the same system you get in any Porsche vehicle. I've had no issues with it this week. It's fast, it's responsive, and you've got a lot of settings in here that you can change. You can toggle things about the car. Lots of different ambient lighting colors that you can change just kind of on this little rotator wheel. And then you also have the spoiler extension, which will show you what that looks like when it is extended. Pretty sweet. And this is why you can't really see the engine, because the spoiler is basically the entire back of the car. Underneath it, you can see a radiator down in there, or an intercooler, or whatever that is. Porsche always has good active aero, and I love this massive spoiler on the back here. What I don't like are these door handles. I've never liked the 992 generation 911 door handles. I think they feel cheap, they're frustrating. They feel unfinished. Like, you feel like you should just be able to open this, but you feel like you go past where you're supposed to be grabbing. Like one click here, that opens it, but it requires almost no extra pull to then get it to its manual release. So I don't know, I've never really liked those door handles. This interior overall is decent. I mean, you have really nice stitching here on the top of the door panels, top of the dash and things. Porsche kits this GTS out in lots of leather, but there are still some plastics. There are still some things in here that don't really feel that special. And I don't know, I just feel like older 911s had interiors that felt a bit more special. We do have an Alcantara headliner in here. It may just be the spec of this car. Okay, I think we've spent enough time sitting in this car. Let's go actually drive it. So Alcantara steering wheel, that is standard on the GTS, which I do like very much. We have a power adjust steering column in here. We use our Braun shifter to go into reverse, where you can see this very, very nice 360 camera. This is nice for a car like this because the front end is so low. It's nice to have a 360 cam to see when you're approaching curbs. You also have a very nice front camera to aid you in that as well, and this optional front end lift. Into reverse, we have very cold tires this morning. These Eagle F1s are skipping around, so we'll have to get some heat in these before we do any spirited sections. You can see that front camera coming up. Steering is nice and tight, and it's got some weight to it. Didn't want to interrupt the tire ASMR there. Steering's got some weight to it, but here's the thing. I don't think Porsche steering will ever be offensive. If there's one thing Porsche is going to get right every time, it's the steering. And even since Porsche has switched to electric power steering in these later 911s, in my opinion, they still feel just fine. As you can see there, the front end automatically lifted for the speed bump. This is pretty standard across the line of all of these sports cars and supercars these days that have automatic lifting front ends. You can set a GPS coordinate in the map, and the car will remember when to lift its front. Saves you from having to hit the button every time. So do very much appreciate that. This has auto stop start, though you can defeat it if you would like. Pretty aggressive throttle response, even in normal mode, but it's still linear. Things here feel quite natural in this 911 GTS. All of the inputs in this car still do feel very Porsche. As we come up to the line, the car is off. I've noticed lately that a lot of these Porsches shut themselves off at like 5 miles an hour. So you'll still be rolling and the car will be off, which is a little bit unsettling. Smooth shifts from this 8-speed PDK, though the Topher, who had this before me for the first half of the week, said he had a couple misshifts. I haven't experienced that yet, but you can go watch his review and see what he has to say about it. His review is actually already live on this car as this is being filmed. All right, let's show you some performance. Let's turn our heated steering wheel off. I had that on this morning. I love where Porsche puts their drive mode selector right on the steering wheel. We're gonna put this into sport. We're gonna put the PDK into manual. Use our paddles. And this thing is just wicked fast. I mean, that's my biggest takeaway. I've had people ask me this week, oh, how's that new 911 GTS? And fast. That's the one word that comes to mind. Well, it's very fast. The fact that they have the little electric motor in the turbo, which, by the way, produces so much energy that it can also be used to charge the battery, means that you just have no turbo lag. So you can come out of a corner, of the power is just at the tips of your toes. The noise is kind of weird. I feel like it kind of sounds like a V8. I don't know what that's about. PDK is just telepathic. I mean, I never have issues with PDKs. Ooh, that was a weird shift. Okay. I don't know what that was. Maybe that's what the Topher was talking about. Kind of just a weird noise there into fourth. Now, we do have launch control on this 992 GTS. I'm going to go back into auto. I'm going to put the drive mode into Sport Plus, and then I'm going to hold the traction button. That will put my PSM into Sport. I'm going to clear all of the warning messages telling me I'm going to die. And then it's as simple as foot on brake, foot on accelerator, and release brake. Let's hope that we have some grip. I suspect we're not going to, but we'll hang on. That is just otherworldly levels of acceleration from an internal combustion engine car. I can't imagine what the all-wheel drive one is like. It spins its wheels for about it spins its wheels for like half a second, and then it understands the surface and it hooks up. It's like magic. I don't understand how the traction control system in this is so sophisticated. It's able to put all 532 horsepower down after a split second of reading the surface. It's unbelievable. The magic that has gone into this car. Dampers are back in soft. We have a 20 and a 21 inch wheel on this car, so ride quality, well, I'll tell you what, it's not crashy. It's stiff. It's quite stiff. But you're not rattling your teeth out. You're not noticing every single imperfection in the road. These people at Porsche, oh my God, look how quick the steering is in Sport Plus. That is absolutely nuts. But yeah, ride quality is nice. We'll talk a bit more about that once we're out on the highway. But let's do one more little loop here, and then we'll go pick Emily up, and we'll head to the Grand Prix. There's no real drama from the sound of this car. I mean, it feels like they've wanted to make this very serious. No frills, no pops and burbles, fellow GTS brother. And I don't know that I love that. I feel like I enjoy some drama with a 911. And you really just don't get it. I mean, it's down to business, it's serious, it's fast, but it makes me chuckle. I guess that's a good thing. But I don't know. I wish there was like some pops and bangs, and I guess it sounds better under load than the old 3-liter twin turbo did. And I'm never one to hate on adding more displacement. I think it's great that they put a bigger engine in this for 2025. Porsche's been known to do this. The latest Cayenne S got a V8 back. Porsche's just like putting old engines back in new cars, which I think is sweet. With modern tech, with the hybrid system in this car, of course. Everything is just instant. It's like driving an electric car, but you have a real engine behind you. That's probably the best way to describe this experience. And getting onto this road with some potholes reminds me of all of the interior rattles in this $183,000 911. There are multiple rattles behind the dashboard. There's rattles from the, I was going to say backseat area, but there's no backseat. But the area behind the front seats, there's rattles there. we've had a lot of these 992s, 992.1 cars that had really bad passenger door panel rattles. Happy to report, this does not have a passenger door panel rattle, but it does have like 4 or 5 other rattles. It's just so weird that this interior quality has been so consistently poor across like all of the 992s that we've had. They've all had interior rattles. You can't just say, oh, well, this one car, it's got a loose clip somewhere. Oh, it's just rattling because it's a press car. No, every single 992 that we've ever had, and at this point, it's probably been 5 or 6 of them, they've all had rattles. Anyway, let's go pick Emily up and head to the Grand Prix. All right, first things first, before we jump on the highway to go to the Grand Prix, we have a couple things to drop off at the post office. Everyone say hello to Emily.
Hello, Emily.
We're going to pull into the post office. We have a couple of Depop packages to drop off because Emily and I have been going to estate sales lately, and I don't know.
Buying too many things.
Yeah, it's
what's happening.
It's like a little bit of a problem. So we started to sell a couple of the things, which wasn't our initial like intent, because we always want to keep all the really cool stuff, like the couple of vintage jackets that you guys have seen. The Corvette jacket and the Mustang jacket, those were estate sale finds, but we can't keep them all. Anyway, long-winded way of saying we have to stop at the post office, but this will give us a chance to evaluate placement here in the parking spot. Emily's going to run in, and also I've been using the little spot where the back seat would have been for the packages. All right, let's see. Let's see. We also have sensors that are very, very low down on that front spoiler. So if you get close to a curb, it will yell at you. You can see here, as far as placement in a spot goes, the 911 has gotten kind of big. I mean, it's pretty wide in the spot, but it fits no problem. As we were on our way here, we had to drive down the road that's outside of our subdivision, and they just did that thing where they throw down a bunch of loose stones. I don't know the explanation for it, but one of the stones got stuck in the brake rotor, but I think it's worked itself out at this point. But I was just thinking, you know that Matty Healy audio where he's like, "Don't throw oranges, it's not the 1500s." Like, because I've been saying that it's like a 14th century road right now, leaving the neighborhood. Oh. No, I think the rock is still in there, but it's not as noticeable. But if you hear a deafening screeching sound, it's because there's a rock. Because this is why we can't have nice things.
True.
Now it's quite pronounced again. Hopefully it'll work itself out of there. Tried all the things. I've tried swerving back and forth. I've tried going quickly around a corner backwards. Nothing has worked. So we're just going to let it kind of naturally work its way out, and apologize for the lack of accurate NVH today, because if you don't live on a 15th century road, you won't have this problem.
Maybe it'll go away.
I really hope it does. At least I got like a good intro section of the video. Oh, that was it!
That was it!
Yes! Good riddance. All right, we're back in the future now again. Let's jump onto the highway. I'm gonna put that garage here in the screen.
It won't let me type, so I'm gonna have to tell it.
Sounds good.
River East Parking Garage, Detroit.
That was pretty good.
Thank you. Wazay.
36 minutes.
Not too bad. We won't
All right.
miss the autograph session.
Yes, we are very excited to get our Porsche Hot Wheels signed by the Porsche IMSA racing drivers.
AO Racing.
AO Racing, yes. Okay, well, let's evaluate actual NVH now that there's not a rock in the brakes. Give you guys a second to observe. What are your initial thoughts?
It's fine. It's kind of loud. But
Wow. You know, this is the section of highway I was looking forward to driving this car on, because this, between Huron and Belleville Road, is like the bumpiest.
Yeah.
Like whoever paved this, hopefully they don't pave roads anymore.
Yeah.
But very
they've
bumpy.
patched it, like,
Yeah.
yeah, it is very bumpy. It's
I think though
a little nauseating at times.
the overall damping on this car, I think it's soft enough, but rebound is pretty stiff. So we're bouncing up pretty hard, but we're coming down softly.
Yeah. Like it doesn't hurt your bum when you come down, but you can feel it. You're like bouncing.
Yeah. And then as far as NVH goes, you guys saw in the beginning, we're on a Goodyear Eagle F1. It's never going to be whisper quiet on a tire like this. So it's pretty loud in here. How you feeling over there? How's that 18-way sport seat?
Good. My heated seat is on.
Oh yeah.
My back hurts.
I literally can't hear you. It's so loud. You might have to yell a little bit so they can hear you.
Yeah, my heated seat is on because we're old and my back hurts.
There you go. Now I can hear you. But don't you know?
Yeah, because it's German.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can be like Shaq. Icy hot. I do quite like this though, and a lot of people are like, why would you ever want to heat and cool at the same time? Well, because then you're not sticky.
Yeah.
You can have the heat, but then you have air as well.
Right.
Ooh, the ventilated seat is a treat on this car. This is an optional extra. You'd have to pay extra for ventilated seats. It's like $300 or something stupid that they upcharge you for. But I would say it's worth it. And you actually, you know why? The reason they charge you extra is because they have to put an entirely different material on the seat because they have to have it be perforated.
Right.
Ergonomics and seating position in this car, pretty dang good. If Porsche's going to do one thing right, it's going to be the seating position, and I think it's fantastic in this car. I can see everything I need to see. Back window, rear view mirror, all very good visibility. Blind spots, really not there. I mean, these quarter windows are big enough to where I can see what's going on when I need to do a shoulder check. Even elbow comfiness, pretty decent. Left elbow, door panel, squishy. Console, squishy. Now, the console doesn't do much more than provide you with an armrest because inside the console, there's not really anywhere to put anything besides your phone. It's very shallow. And overall places to put things in this car, not great. You've got this little cubby here, which I suppose you could use for a cup. Does your big dumb cup fit in there?
It does actually.
Does it?
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's
Can I
actually
leave
very
it there,
impressive.
actually?
Yeah, you can leave it there, as long as I can drink out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually quite convenient. See, Porsche's got the Gen Zs in mind. All the TikTok clout it's gotten to them. But I mean, otherwise, door pockets, you've got a couple little places, but for this being a Grand Touring car, I would maybe like a couple more little places to put things in here. I guess it does the trick because you have all the room in the back. The only struggle is if you have a bunch of small things. That's where this is a little bit of a struggle. This particular 911 GTS is fitted with the 22-gallon extended range fuel tank, which means if you're able to achieve the EPA estimated 24 mpg highway, you can do almost 550 miles on a single tank of fuel.
What?
Isn't that crazy?
That's insane. This is a 22-gallon fuel tank?
Yeah, it's optional. Yeah, you have to pay extra for it.
I would pay extra for that all day.
It's for if you're on track, you've got extra fuel, you don't have
Yeah,
to
okay.
pull off as often and fill up.
As a normie, yeah.
But also, yeah, I mean, I don't think it's too much extra. I mean, this entire car, I was telling the ladies and gentlemen earlier, it only has $18,000 in options, which is like nothing for a
Porsche.
For a Porsche, that's like a very modest spec. Also just realized I haven't showed off one of my favorite features, Sport Response Mode, which we'll be tame with today, because this car is very fast, but if you do need to make a pass, you can hit this little button, and it'll put the car in its sportiest setting for 20 seconds. You can kill it if you hit the little Sport Response button again. But I think it's just cool for if you're in some kind of like an emergency situation, you can hit that button, immediately you're in the lowest possible gear, and you can just go.
The gentleman in the F-150 was eyeballing your 911.
Was he?
He was. He was like...
What do you think of the shade green? I don't know that I'm totally sold on it.
I like it, but
Yeah.
I think everything's in this color now, and it's like not super special. I think it's just like a color that we'll
Yeah.
see now. Yeah. as exampled by that Bronco Sport up there.
Yeah, I know. It's like the cactus gray or
Yeah.
whatever they called it on
It's
Ford.
trendy.
Yeah. Welcome to Detroit, where I always get lost because it's a bit like a maze. I was going to compliment the climate control in this car, for one, because I really like touching the little toggle switches. They make nice clicks, but also the vent placement is not too bad.
It's great.
Where you headed?
River East structure?
River East structure.
Okay. Just put that on your window so they know.
Okay, I can go through? Okay. Sweet. Thank you.
Yeah.
We did want to get here for 11:15.
Yeah.
Here we are. Present and accounted for.
Testing out the ride quality.
Again.
Use our front end lift. I want to talk about a ride quality test.
It feels kind of like GTA.
It does. All right, we're gonna put the front end up for this. There's a huge pothole right here. I hope this person. I don't think she's even seen me a single time. She has. Okay, good.
She saw me.
All right, cool. Yeah. Oh. That's quite stiff.
Yeah.
It's quite stiff.
It is.
that was the final confirmation. My butt lifted out of the seat on those little whoops back there.
River East Garage. We're following the signs.
Ah!
We've done it.
River East Garage.
We've done it. Oh, he's waving us first. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
God, we're like driving in the pits right now.
Privilege.
That's not the pits, but all the
It's
trucks.
A paddock. That's a paddock over there.
Oh man, very cool. Oh, front end lift. Second I put it down, got to put it right back up.
Wow, shout out to Lynn for this.
Yeah, this is cool.
This is cool. We didn't get parking last year. We had to
No.
pay for it. And walk like 2 miles.
Yeah. Check this out.
Thank you.
All right, let's get this 911 GTS pulled into this parking structure.
That was stupid.
It's quite wide, this car.
It is quite wide.
Okay. Alrighty, guys. Well,
We've done it.
we've done it. We've made it. I navigated through Detroit. Are you proud of me?
Yes.
Go this way.
You only had subs.
Yeah. Well, Jeeves helps me, of course, and you. I'll give you both credit. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us today. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Comment below what you think of this new 911 GTS Hybrid.
I'm gonna insert clips of.
Oh, of course. That'll be the treat for the end. Ooh, look at that E39 wagon on BBS's. Oh, and a GT3 RS. Casual. There we go. All right, we found the empty area. Look at that beautiful 360 camera. Putting in work. That's it.
Perfect.
20 minutes until autograph signing. Hopefully we can make it. Let's give you guys one last look of this 992.2 GTS T Hybrid. Oh, I left the front end lift up. That's unacceptable. Hold on. There we go. Okay, now it looks quite proper. Look at this view. Oh my goodness. Wow. All right. Sweet. All right, well, thank you guys again all so much for watching. That's going to do it for this 911 GTS. We will see you in the next one. Take care. little bonus here for the end of the video. If you've made it this far, thank you for hanging out through all of our phenomenal Grand Prix B-roll and all of that stuff. But your treat for sticking around is a test on this Bose sound system. So I suppose we'll see how this is. I don't know why this is on. Oh, so there we go. All right. Ooh, that's going to be too loud. I'm actually going to set this back to it's zeroed out.
Told you to walk away. That was my first and last mistake. I'm blue without your face. But what can I do? 'Cause I'm just a sinking ship, and you're just a pair of lips that I've lost in the moment. All I want is for you to come back. Now I'm caught in the middle of life, and I need you to survive. Whoa, survive. I need you to.
As you guys saw before we started the test, I had the bass and treble boosted up quite a bit because it's kind of the extra little bit of push that this system needs at its bass level zeroed out settings. It's a little hollow, it's a little faint, you have to turn it up really loud to get anything out of it. So actually when I got into the car, both of these were turned all the way up from whoever the last journalist was that was driving this. So it's an okay system. There is actually a system higher than this, the Burmester, which I have never heard in any Porsche product. I'm waiting for the day that I get into a Porsche press car and it has a Burmester, but I've only ever heard the base system or the mid-grade Bose like this car has. I don't think it's bad, and it comes with the premium package, so it's fine. But I mean, I don't think it's a $183,000 sound system, but you don't necessarily buy a 911 for the sound system, so I guess it's like an okay kind of just middle of the road system. Hopefully one day we can hear the Burmester. But all right, this is the real end of the video. Do you have anything else you want to say?
No.
Okay. Any secrets you want to tell? Any tea you want to spill?
No.
None?
Acura 1.
Oh yeah, Acura 1. Roxy got 4th, which
Yeah.
was better than he started.
Yeah.
So we were happy to see him move up from, he spent like the whole race in 8th and then moved up to 4th, so that was good. But we had a good time in the suite.
He ate a lot of mousse.
Ate a lot of peanut butter mousse. Actually, you have one with you. Do you want to show them?
Yeah. It ended up under the seat. When
Oh,
we
good.
were, merging.
Yeah, that was the star of the show right there. We snuck one out to put in the fridge.
That we did.
Oh man.
No shame in our
No.
sweet scheme.
No shame. Alrighty guys, well that'll do it for real this time. Hope you like the 911 GTS, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you so much for watching.
Take care.
Did I do it good?
Yes, you did.